Everybody, Serpentine 451 here again, and welcome to another episode of Weeb Warriors. This is just a solo run for me, so I can make this episode very short, and I won't be easily distracted by things. Well, when Jay and Jordan and I get together at times, we just talk about nonsense quite a bit. Especially when it's just Jay and myself. And this is technically, because even though I renumbered it differently, but due to my own misnumbering, it is episode 100. Thanks to the Agretzko Season 3 review that Jay and I did. I will try to pin that here in the thing up in the corner, or in the video description. I think the pin corner will work just as well. But well, we'll have some things to talk about on the review docket here. Like, I'll actually go and order the shows that I've watched in review succession. I'm going to start with Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, which I will essentially boil down to episodes because I think I didn't talk about Peter Grill last week. So essentially, the girls meet up with each other in episode 7, I believe. And they actually have this challenge where they've summoned Agape to see how much sexual energy they would project toward, like, how aroused he would be around them when they're naked and whatnot. And it became a mess. It became a fucking mess. And now in episode 8 here, which I remember more specifically, the first part of this episode was essentially the girls ignoring Peter about a treaty for them to share his seed time with them. And why did I refer to that as seed time? Oh my god. But it is what it is. On top of that, we also got to see Peter go on a date with his fiancée, Luvelia, which Jordan made an excellent point when we had just an off-recording conversation Sunday, where he may love Luvelia, but he's a straight-up hentai protagonist, man. Which he essentially is. I ain't gonna lie. And it didn't help that the younger ogre and vegan decided, hey, I want to get some fucks in, just to mess his date up. And this man just kept going through it. Not learning a damn thing, but he did anyway. The fucking idiot. But anyhow, it is what it is. And that's essentially the reviews for Peter Grill. I mean, this show is not terrible, but it's not as bad as another show I'll get into because of what it is doing, and it terrifies me. I'm like, stop the madness, please. Oh my god. Okay, so let's actually go to Monster Girl Doctor, where excuse me. We have the Harvey Village being set upon by a giant who they refer to as a goddess. And Tricelia was gonna put everything on the line to just beat ass, even if she had to die. But Safi and Glenn decided to help her out and not evacuate with the harpies. And Glenn, being the good guy that he is, when they came across the giantess, he realized that she had a cold, so he gave her an examination, cured her of her ailment, and got her warm clothes with the help of the Arachne character, Areha, I think it is, and a few of the other characters. And we also got to hear Lady Scotty speak, which was really cool, with her own voice. But Glenn noticed something wasn't right with her when they got back to Lindworm. Oh, I'm speaking too far ahead here. But after they got back to Lindworm, Trish and Glenn went on in her mind, Trish went on a date with him, and Safi, well, I can just summarize the last bits of the episode as such. Trish and Safi really getting to know each other, since they're very similar people in how they harbor strong feelings towards our boy. And we also got to see our girl, Illy, just working for the transportation company. We also got to see Luna, I think is her name, or I'll call her Lala. Fucking Lala and the other mermaids getting some sweet costumes for a performance for the opening of a water bridge, or something to do with a water opening. I don't really recall. That Areha designed, and at the end of the episode here, Lady Scotty faints because Glenn noticed that some of her tail spikes were bent out of sorts. Still a very solid episode and a good cliffhanger episode. And we also got to see some cute Safi moments when it came to the animation. I always like her facial expressions because they're quite adorable, in my honest opinion. But anyway, let's actually get to, well, the next show that I watched, if I recall correctly, was Misfit Demon Academy. Well, I started with that, so I'll just summarize it right quick. Flex Modius and the gang, well, and his classmates are going to the Hero Academy to do some inter-class exams and whatnot. So he got into his mind that he needs to train up his squad to be on the level of heroes, which we got to meet and once they got to the city of humans, they got to meet a character known as Eleanor, who is a student of this Hero Academy. And since Kanon, the hero that slew Anos in the past, 2,000 years ago, since he had 7, something or others, I forgot what they're called exactly, but he has 7 essences that he would be reincarnated to different people, since they wouldn't be the same. And the cliffhanger at the end of this episode is that Kanon was killed by a human with their and the memories of the demon lord being Avos Delhade. This show still is continuing on the Flex Modius train of just whipping ass, and I love it so much. And it has a good mystery of who's behind this change in history over 2,000 years to remove Anos Voldigold. But let's go to Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out with this particular episode after the events of episode 7. Episode 8 picks up where things are awkward and weird between Uzaki and Sakurai. Sakurai is beside himself, saying, I may not like this girl when she's hyper and energetic, but I can't deal with her being mopey either. So the master decided to say, hey, why don't you take her out to the fireworks festival, see what happens there? And he was like, oh, I don't know. And Ami came in like, even though I don't want to like intrude on relationships I need to observe, she's just like, be a fucking man and just compliment her, goddammit. Not in the exact way that I presented it, but that's how it was, essentially. But the best part is, at the festival, where he embarrassed her so much that she told him to stop, and she whacked him in the head with her bag, which caused him to have a flashback back when they were in high school and she was having trouble actually swimming. And she looked down on herself, so he tried to swim to try to give her some confidence, and they were at the same festival where he grabbed her some food and they saw fireworks together. And that's how it was, which was really great. And, God damn it, you idiots. But, anywho, I will say this, though. It was still a very solid episode. Uzaki came to her senses. The two had shared a nice moment, and Blondie said, I'm sensing something that's I'm not a part of. I need to get off this fucking boat. I need to go. And he's being held back by, I think, a member of the crew or the captain himself. It's like, motherfucker, stay on this boat. Oh, fucking great. And then let's go to the God of High School. With this episode, Mira put in work, and her fucking Korean stan is Lu Bu, whipping ass of this oily muscle man swimmer dude, who is just a doppelganger that got his ass fucking creamed by Mori, who went to see if the kidnapping of his grandfather was actually true, which nope. It was just another individual that had a Korean stan that allowed him to duplicate himself, who was a member of Nox. And him and the guy that he created a doppelganger for that he killed got their ass beaten down by the power of Twin Blue Dragon Kick, and it was fucking amazing. This show just knows how to impress, and it's fucking awesome. Oh my god. I need to actually read this manhwa, man. It is fucking crazy. Then I will go to Rent a Girlfriend, where, in basic terms, thanks to him starting to date Ruka-chan, our boy Kazuya is having doubts and whatnot. He wants to see Chizuru more, and Jay was right. It kind of pointed out points to making Chizuru best girl in this show. But, anywho. Oh, god damn it, you idiots. I'm sorry, folks. But, I'll get back to it here. The stuff that I want to mention is as such. Kazuya follows Chizuru and a guy named Umi around, where we find out that Chizuru is actually an actor and she's working as a rent-a-girlfriend to pretty much help her with her acting career. After Kazuya got the misinformation that she's actually on a date with another guy who is more attractive than him, that he was about to leave, but then as he was tailing them, he was like, Umi was like, oh, I'll tell you her 3 sizes later, man. It's gonna be great. And I'm like, oh my god. But for all intents and purposes, yeah, that's when the truth was revealed that I just mentioned, that Chizuru is an actor. She got him our boy Kazuya a phone case. All that shit was good and wonderful in this world, but the two never really, went to anywhere with this relationship because he started crying, because he never received a Christmas gift from any girl, and whatnot. But still, I agree that now I see where Jay's looking at with Chizuru being best girl. I mean, I love my Soon bitches. They're good. I love Soon bitches. But Chizuru never really became a favorite of mine until this episode. I will vehemently say. I like to say it. Chizuru is good. And I can't wait to see what other characters have in store for this show in particular, because this episode was great. Just good overall. And now let's get to the most problematic show. Oh god. Super H Eros. Oh, fucking Christ. Episode 8. Where we have imp young Kirara fucking with her older self, and she gets and Kirara enters a competition with Muramasa, or Muramasa. Muramasa, to win the affections of our boy Reto by going to a karaoke cafe, going to karaoke to try to see if who he would get the most H energy from after the two of them share an energy drink that decided to increase their H energy levels. This episode was problematic. I ain't gonna lie, folks. This is problematic. When you have, like, grade school kids involved, it's messy. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to anybody. You fucking creeps. You monsters. Oh my god. But anyway. Oh, in other news, the soapbox discussion here will just be rather short. And those of you who are fans of the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, there's going to be a new novel coming out here. I don't know when exactly. Yes, crazy that I don't actually look up all this news here, but it is what it is. Don't fucking yell at me for it, bros. And lovely ladies out there. But it is what I say it is. And I'm just letting you know. Look up the information for yourself. Don't always let news people, such like those who have their thumbs and ears on anime news and whatnot, dictate what you should do. Look it up for yourself. See if you're interested in it. It's all plain and simple. But I'm going to end things off here, folks. It's going to be very short as opposed to all the other episodes. But hey, this has been Serpentine 451. I'll catch you guys next week with Jay and Jordan in tow.